Hi everyone and welcome to Life in the Lauralane. Today we're going to be making a 3-ingredient pulled pork in the crock pot and mixing up some coleslaw to go along with it. I got the recipe from sweetlittlebluebird.com. The ingredients I'm going to be using today are this Pam olive oil cooking spray, McCormick's Grill Mate Sweet and Smoky Rub, and a 2-pack of pork tenderloins which I get at Sam's. The recipe actually calls for a pork shoulder roast, but I use these tenderloins instead so I can have less leftovers and therefore less waste. But honestly, none of this ever gets thrown out. It always gets eaten. So the first step is to spray the crock pot with your Pam and use this seasoning. I am very liberal with this seasoning on both the bottom of the crock pot and the tenderloins because the recipe does call for that. And it is best to do that. I've tried less and it just tastes better when you're very liberal with the seasoning. I will say that I have tried other seasonings when making this and I just have not found one that I like. But if you have your own pulled pork seasoning blend you would like to use for this, I'm sure it will be fine. I've been making this recipe for years. I make it in the winter and the summer. When I make it in the winter time, I usually just make some French fries to go with it. But in the summertime, I like to make the coleslaw because it's refreshing. Anyone I have ever served this to absolutely falls in love with it. Whether you use a pork shoulder roast or the smaller pork tenderloins, you will never have any waste from this meal. There will be leftovers, of course, depending on how many people you're cooking for, but we use the leftovers for omelets, salads, and tacos. It's also a great little high-protein snack if you just want to grab a few pieces out of the leftover bowl during the day. I have done that many times. It is just so, so good. I got this handy little shredder from Amazon and it sure does make this process so much easier on me. I'm short, so I have a hard time leaning over into the crock pot to shred it with forks. So I just remove it from the crock pot to a bowl, use the shredder, and then I put it back in the crock pot in the juices and it just soaks up all that juice and it is so moist and tender. I want to welcome you back to my channel and also welcome you if you are new. I hope you will subscribe by hitting that bell notification so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And I so appreciate you being here. I will let you know, when we first started making this, we did mix it with barbecue sauce, the whole crock pot full of pulled pork, but we stopped doing that so that we could put it in other things because we had leftovers. Now, this is my favorite coleslaw to use, and this Marie's coleslaw dressing, I love, it's my favorite as well. I like this size jar because I can use it all and I don't have to put anything back in the refrigerator. If I buy the larger jar, it always ends up getting thrown out because I don't make this that often. So I like this size jar, so I just mix it all up and get it ready to go, and it is just such a refreshing treat with your pulled pork. I personally like mine on top of my sandwich. Some people like it on the side, but either way is delicious. And like I said, I serve it with coleslaw in the summertime. I also serve it with a couple of pickles on the side and usually Lay's potato chips. Thank you for spending some of your time here with me today. If you try this recipe, let me know what you think. I hope you love it, and I hope all those you serve it to love it. Thanks for watching, and God bless.